Hey guys, welcome to the debrief.
Welcome.
This is episode 2 and we're kicking off.
Excited to be back.
Yep, excited.
Did you think we'd make it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Excited to have 100 viewers.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good.
So thanks for all you watching. Yeah.
So mate, how's your week?
Week's been great. I think some of the biggest wins have been actually like signing quite a few clients, which has been really good.
Business is booming.
Business is going well. But I think on top of that, after the Startup to Scale Up Summit pitch and the win there, I've had an opportunity to connect with a company called Decider. They are listed on the ASX, and as a part of the win, I get to get a couple of hours coaching with them, and we've organised that for next week. So we're going to go into their offices for a few hours, and I'm actually going to take the software engineer who's working with me on the new venture, to go through the plan, get some strategic advice, and get some help on sort of the next steps and where to from here.
So you've been at this for a little while, and I sort of feel like I think for both of us we're on a bit of a journey, and I want to touch on that as well in a second. But I guess for your own, like, where do you feel like you need some assistance with?
Well, it's, to be fair, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what I'm learning at the moment. One element is, like, I just want to get the product in the hands of users as soon as possible.
Yeah.
To get feedback on what's working, what's not. Because at the end of the day, what I've been doing is collecting all this information from clients on, like, their pain points, what they need support with. But then it's another thing to create a product that gives them these answers self-service.
Yeah.
Compared to...
And for it to just work,
and
basically.
Exactly, yeah. So without actually having that first-hand sort of experience, that client's logging in, getting this guidance and advice, getting the resources, getting the next steps based on what their situation is.
Yeah.
I don't really know if it's actually going to give them what they want, because is what they want that human touch.
Yeah.
So it's just figuring out, like, is the product really, there is a demand out there in the market, but I guess we just need to get feedback first on whether or not they want this service.
And you personally haven't ever really done product development outside of this. You've launched a business as a service, but never actually done any sort of product development. Is that fair to say?
That is correct. I have not been in the space at all. I think this is the closest that I've ever been to building and developing something for users.
Yeah. Yeah, exciting, mate. Well done.
But you've got a bit of a background in product, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And so I am a bit more comfortable in that space, but I haven't yet jumped into product development for myself.
Okay.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Can be a lot of fun. And I think going on that journey is can be really enjoyable. Like that discovery, working with, getting the MVP out the door, getting customer feedback.
So what advice would you give me then? Because it sounds like you've got some decent experience in that space.
Nail your target market.
Okay.
Yeah. And it sounds like you're on that journey. And I think that gets back to my question around what do you want from these guys, because you're streaking ahead anyway.
Yeah.
So it's really about, I guess, just following that product development life cycle,
Yeah.
which is pretty traditional and but still works in that startup space, and just going through the checklist, I guess, and really refining the product and making it something that your clients love.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, you've got a great sense of what's needed in your space anyway. Like it's really your business just digitalize and opening up that opportunity to scale.
Yeah, 100%. Productizing the service.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
Yeah, which is really exciting. Really exciting.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to get the first users on board, and it should be within the next couple of weeks as well. So.
And I mean, the thing that's exciting for me is to watch from the outside. Obviously, is like you're basically just doing this yourself. Obviously, you got a developer, but you're cooking this up yourself. You're sort of seeing a need within your business. You're already getting client feedback because there's only one you, and you only have so many resources to draw upon. Also, there's only so many hours in the day. So the question is really, how do you scale so that you're not that key man dependency? You're not that piggy in the middle on literally every single conversation. And yeah, so your logical thinking is, how do I build this into something that's a service that's just not me, not totally reliant on me picking up the phone or talking to a client or whatever.
Well, and that's the product. Like that's the product. People should be able to get the advice they need when they need it, and not have to rely on someone else's timeline. And I think that's really like what I'm trying to deliver. The problem to solve is practical advice that businesses can rely on. But and layering on top of that, getting it when they need it. Yeah. Instead of calling someone. So that's the problem that I'm trying to solve. Yeah.
If they have that problem at say 11 at night, it's not relying on you or your staff member to be there to pick up the phone.
Yeah, exactly. And the goal would be to get better advice potentially with more data points. Yeah. Like building a system that can give them what they need when they need it from more information and in an extremely timely manner. That is, I guess, where, I don't know, from my perspective, what people want. Yeah. That's what they want when they call us. They want us to be the
they want answers.
The oracle.
They want answers, right?
The oracle. Maybe that's what
the Oracle, man.
Yeah.
Just compete with Oracle.
Yeah.
This monolithic company.
But no, like, yes, it does feel like I'm flying blind. It is a lot of research that I'm doing on my own to figure out what steps I should be taking. So I think for me, winning that pitch and getting the opportunity to get guidance from someone and their team who has built a successful business previously, listed it on the stock exchange, and is doing it the second time, like, this is, I see, the absolute best opportunity to start putting a framework for my next steps in for my business. And yeah, I just want to make the most of it. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. This actually sort of dovetails into something that I've been thinking about. And it's really about, I want to know about you in the sense of how you've sort of approached your career and your way of operating. Have you always sort of, because your background is HR, right?
Yeah.
Was that your 100% focus, or have you always had an interest in, the space outside of that, understanding what, just beyond that, right?
I get what you're saying,
like just, you're not just pigeonholing yourself in HR, you're also, I'm a bit interested in, say, I'm just going to put it out there, marketing, for example. I'm also interested in tech, how that space is developing. So so what's your, I guess, experience in that regard?
That's a really good question. I've always been generally business interested. Like when I was young.
Wholesale, like the umbrella term.
And when I was younger, I'm pretty sure probably like in my early teenage years, that's when I started like investing in the stock market. And I got my first shares when I was like in school, and I started building on a portfolio then. And like when I finished school, like I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no idea.
Right.
And I was working in retail, and then thought, okay, people management sort of makes sense, because I was in people management at the time.
And you're loving it.
And so I went into HR. It was, and the degree that I did was commerce and HR. So, and for me, I don't know, it just sort of ended up being a career in HR, just doing, in the early days, it was contracts, going from contract to contract, learning at different styles from different leaders in different businesses. But I think by the end of my corporate career, like, I think it wasn't fulfilling what I wanted in my career. I wasn't happy. And I could see the same problem across all these different businesses.
You're going from place to place and literally just seeing the same issue.
Literally, and it was employment relations and workplace relations. Like, there's the fluffy side of HR, and then there's the practical side of HR.
Yeah, sure.
And I was always leaning towards the practical side. How does it impact the business? What is the commerciality of it? And like the same problem that I saw was managers were under-equipped to deal with these things. Sometimes the HR team was under-equipped to deal with it, or they didn't want to, and the advice that they gave was extremely untimely.
Right.
So this is the consistent theme, and then what I saw, well, really what I wanted to do was sort of build a business that could provide that level of support that I was providing internally to small and medium businesses. And
one thing led to another.
Yeah, and then it's now sort of just rolling. Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked that question as well is because I can already see you outgrowing that space. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's this area that you nail and become passionate about, and that's sort of where you're at for the rest of your existence.
Yeah.
But I can already see, even in our early conversations, right? Like, I could see that you were sort of, all due respect, it could have been anything.
Yeah.
It could have been any subject. It could have been any domain, any industry.
Yeah.
And you still would have been taking sort of certain steps to, I guess, develop a product in that space.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's almost just incidental that it's HR.
It's HR. Yeah. It doesn't have to be. And I guess for me, I think I took a very narrow view. Like, I took a very narrow view of like, okay, I should be doing this. This will help in my career and X, Y, Z. But like, the way that I see it is, like, I'm starting to learn about what first principles means, and like, and I think and this is my take on it, from a first principles perspective, like, what do businesses need? Like, they need HR advice and support, and the space that I know, and I get what you mean. Yeah. Like, the next venture might not be the last as well. Like, I do want to just solve problems. Yeah.
So this, getting back to what I was referring to earlier. Yeah. I'm working on a theory.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
So working with clients, obviously, in the digital transformation, it could be any industry, just by the way, and watching how they, I guess, adopt new technologies, and also looking at how, leaders of AI companies sort of talk and broadcast about their product. I'm talking about like the Sam Altmans, etc. Right? Yeah. There's an assumption in that space that everyone can do anything and wants to do everything, right? So ChatGPT, whatever language model, is a general tool. And there's an assumption that every individual is happy to dive into this space and just use it for general purposes, right? Use it for everything, for their job and any other little side hustle they might have going on. And, in their lives, to send out emails or schedule their day or whatever the case may be. I think that idea is wrong. And the reason I say that is because most, the last 100 years or so, the workplace has been about specializing, right? You have an accountant that doesn't do anything beyond accounting, right? You have the marketer that doesn't do anything beyond marketing. So there was a big push to get specialists in your company who are great at whatever they do. When you're being interviewed, your ability to be a generalist is not tested. They might be like, oh, you might be able to wear other hats and help out with other departments or whatever. But like in my time in corporate, I remember being in big project meetings. If you spoke out of turn about something that wasn't in your space, mate, you would get bulldozed. You would literally probably get a talking to after the meeting. Lane, and management would be like, I don't know if this is the right person to not only be in this project, but to be in this role, because they keep pumping up about something that's not in their domain. So we've been conditioned to have this idea that you need to specialize, right? And there's domains out there like law, like accounting, that you really need to have that specialist skill set, right? However, AI assumes a generalist skill set, which I think 100%. From what you're talking about, you definitely fit that mold. And I know me personally, I definitely fit that mold as well, because for a long time I'm interested in too many things. I don't know, where do I focus? Where do I...
how do you bring it all together to bring value at the end of the day?
Exactly.
What you just said is the conversation that I had with one of the leaders of these tech companies. And they said that you don't need to be a domain expert.
Right.
They said you just need to be determined.
Right. Yeah.
And it's exactly spot on.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a domain expert. If you are if you're willing to put in the effort to figure out what businesses, what people, what your clients need, and then build something around that.
Yeah.
Like you're solving the pain point. You can go, and I'm sort of not being in the tech space. I'm learning about all these terms like product-led growth and stuff like that. Like I understand the concept, but you don't necessarily need to.
But you've got that attitude of discovery, and this is when I'm talking to clients. Like, it's almost alien concepts to say you need to have a sense of creativity and playfulness and discovery, because, and think about it too, right? If you're an accountant, you've got a important role in the organization that's accounting. The amount of time that you have to play and discover AI capability is pretty limited. You might be able to do it on the train home or whatever. So I think the roadblock to adoption really is that. Like, I think in media we hear about this mass, I guess, change and revolution in the workforce, and I think there will be that to a degree, but by and large we're still going to be, the majority of people are going to be specializing in certain fields, and then there might be a subset of people who are, I don't know, generalists, coming up with solutions, having a play, being creative and discovering. Because that's absolutely the obstacle to adoption. There's an assumption that everybody is happy to dive in and play. That's just not the reality though, Anyway, still working on it. Still working on the theory.
Yeah. It'll come.
I'm definitely not the first one to think this, but yeah, it's just something that I've noticed. It's just, firstly, people are very busy with their day jobs, and so to assume that they're going to pick up AI adoption needs something more than, oh, this can do this and this can do that. Like, that's great, but like even something as basic as ChatGPT, a lot of people need very specific guidance around how to get value from it. And if it doesn't come immediately, you sort of like take a step back, become skeptical,
Yeah, I guess it depends on what people. There are different levels of, I guess, interest, but also there are different levels of. Yeah, I'll probably just stay with interest. Like, some people are just not interested in it.
That's right.
They prefer to, like, some people probably want to use their computer less.
Yeah.
And
want to get away from it.
Want to get away from just technology in general, but I think. I'm just fascinated by what's possible with the technology. Like, I've seen what's possible with me pulling together sort of like Frankenstein solutions to like make it work for me.
Right.
And honestly, it's like 100x productivity.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're not interested, if you're not either building something, or if you don't have the real need to figure out like how you can actually pull these technologies together for yourself, then you probably just will stick with ChatGPT or Gemini, or just chat with it back and forth. But the capability is so much more beyond that.
Yeah. So in terms of my week, I've had a pretty busy one in terms of there's a lot of interest in automations now.
Okay.
I'm seeing this big switch
Yep.
to leveraging language models and agents to build out pretty robust and complex automations.
Okay.
I don't know what the turn is in market sentiment, but that's definitely happening.
Okay.
So yeah, my week is really rolling the sleeves up and getting amongst it, like literally training, fine-tuning language models, machine learning and all that, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, to your point, this is pretty new territory for me as well, like to really get stuck in beyond, I guess, the strategic and implementation side. It's really about developing solutions. And for me as well, like the possibility is there because of AI, because like I'm yet to really leverage outside resource and capability. I'm sure it's going to happen, and probably happen pretty soon, just because of like the complexity of the solutions. But just chipping away myself.
What type of automations are we talking about? I'm interested to know what businesses are actually wanting to implement. Yeah,
sure. One of the main ones, I don't know how much I can say about it, but it's basically developing an agentic workflow. So using one language model to do one thing, and another language model to do a couple of other functions.
Okay.
Bringing those workflows together and creating a very specific output.
Okay.
So it's really about fine-tuning the model, the model one, let's call it that. So model one needs to be trained, needs to be fine-tuned, needs to create a very specific output for clients to meet the client's needs. And basically model two will basically perform quality assessment of that initial output. So sort of building in that quality assurance check into the process, which then ideally a human would check all of it at the end. But yeah, I mean, this is sort of like the first time I'm really getting into the nitty gritty. Because it's complicated and it's sort of high risk, I would say, like if it doesn't work.
Is it customer facing or is it internal business?
Internal business, but for ultimately customer facing purpose.
Supporting like the team doing delivery or something.
Exactly right. So it's good fun. We're thoroughly enjoying it. Like I'm having a great time. But
that's good.
It's tricky. It's challenging. And the appetite for things like that is definitely rising. So I think the change from ChatGPTs of the world and just using it as a website interface. The value that I see, really, that's amazing. I use it daily, like on constantly, right? However, it's really about leveraging specific models to perform specific tasks, hitting those APIs, doing the training around it, getting the prompts right. And there seems to be a growing awareness of
what's possible.
What's possible, and I guess the leap in technology that we're experiencing because of that. Because you can, like, even with the agent, with automations like in N8N and all the rest, you can plug in memory, you can plug in a language model, you can plug in an agent, pull this workflow together, and this is where the value really is.
Interesting stuff. I'm thinking N8N, all these no-code, low-code tools for people who are listening. What would you suggest? What would you suggest to be like a bit of an entry point?
It's a good question. Probably Make. Just because I feel like it's pretty user-friendly. Once you get into the Zapiers and the N8Ns, it does get a bit more technical. And I think N8N tried to get around that by having nice visuals and workflow, like, you can actually see the workflow operating. And However, it gets a bit tricky in those spaces. So yeah, I would start with make and just build something pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Build something that sort of summarizes your emails for you, or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
scrapes like some information
Yeah.
and summarizes it.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do.
Yeah.
There is a lot you can do.
And we were going to do some demos.
But who would think that two technical guys can't get the screen recording to work? So it's going to have to be next time, guys.
Okay, I got a question for you. We're back, right? We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Episode 2.
Episode 2. Yeah. How did you feel about episode 1? Have you any thoughts on it? Any feedback?
Yeah, quite rough, as you can see from the intro. No, I'm joking. No, happy with it. Like, it's good to get. It's honestly, it's just good to have these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, like we have these conversations anyway.
Yeah,
but
for sure. Man, I was actually excited for today.
Yeah.
I was actually excited to come in and
just debrief.
get stuck in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think we got over 100 views on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 10 subscribers, so we're off to
Nice.
a warm start.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
To be fair, I wasn't expecting much at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna grow as time goes on. We're gonna sort of refine our editing skills.
For sure.
Refine our talking skills.
So I actually want to take that product development attitude to this as well. That's why I wasn't super phased about image or audio quality in episode 1. Yeah. Hopefully this is a step up. I got a few comments about that, which is totally fair. We were totally aware of, but I think also if we were waiting for perfection, we probably would have 100%. Not done it.
So since releasing that earlier this week, I got a tech founder from Queensland reached out and just said
Nice.
Congrats on releasing the podcast, but also said speed is your best speed is your best weapon. So just continue moving quick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that was the feedback.
Yeah, awesome.
Because I said it was rough.
Yeah.
She was speed your best weapon.
Yeah, we basically just hit record and
just go.
Put it on Zoom. Via Zoom.
But no, I've actually it's been awesome to get such a response.
Yeah.
Because there now the list of potential guests has actually I would say quadrupled. We've had people reach out to us.
I know. I'm blown away as well.
Yeah.
People just saying, can I
join? We've got a potential IP lawyer who plays in this space.
Yeah.
Tech founder. Probably get them on in a few weeks as well.
I think I might have mentioned it to you. I can't remember, but I've got a AI law startup.
Yep.
Founder in mind as well.
Perfect.
I think the AI law space is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because there was another case the other day where the court case was about a court case where a lawyer came in with AI generated
citations.
Yeah,
and they
citations,
were
and it was
bogus.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
it is in those situations. I've read that case. It is about, at the end of the day, you're responsible yourself. If you are submitting a document,
it's still on you.
It's still on you.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that what you're submitting is accurate. You can't just offload the responsibility.
It's sort of it reminds me of, if back in the day when you actually used a printer or a photocopier, and let's say it ran out of ink, and so halfway through your print job, the ink just sort of fades out and all that.
Yeah.
It's you not taking responsibility for that. It's sort of
the machine's not working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But no, I'm stoked stoked that we've got the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. No, honestly, I was really pumped to come in today and rip in.
Yeah.
Good break as well, I think, get away from
the day-to-day
work a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so what I was thinking as well is I want your opinion about some of the stuff that's happened in AI space last week or so.
Okay.
Any thoughts or call-outs? I think the one for me was overnight. Google released.
Well, actually, before they released it,
Nano Banana.
Yes. Well, it was out there on, I think it's called Language Arena.
Right.
LLM Arena.
Right. Dominating.
where people can play with models that aren't necessarily publicly available yet.
Right.
And they're usually not branded either. So
Right.
it
People
was
weren't sure.
People weren't sure who was the creator of it.
Okay.
But it was out on the LLM Arena, and people were playing around with this image model, and it was called Nano Banana
Right.
on there. And people were guessing, how is a business created like
Something this
such
good.
an incredible image creator? And then, I think in the past 24 hours, it was confirmed that it's Google's new image generator. And I think the difference in this is that you've got an image generator that now thinks. So with language, with natural language, previously the way that the image generators would work was you had to be extremely specific with the type of image that you want.
Right.
But with Google's one, they have now included Gemini 2.5 into the actual image generator.
Right.
So it uses the thinking process to understand what output you would most want from your prompt. And as an example, there is an example out there where someone said, create an image of a lasagna that has been cooking for 5 weeks in the oven. And even just knowing what that could potentially look like, you know it's going to be burnt to shit.
Yeah.
And Gemini knew that, and obviously created an image of this like manky lasagna in the oven that was like smoking and steaming and all of that.
Funny.
And then in comparison to another model, it didn't understand what the query was.
Right. Interesting. That's cool. That's cool. That's really cool, actually.
So it's like a massive step forward in image generation.
Right.
And with this model as well, you can actually edit specific elements within a photo and not lose the overall characteristic of that photo. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So my question to you was going to be, do you actually use AI image generators or video generators or like any of that Gen AI capability?
Not really. No, it's not really my wheelhouse. Like I don't really need to use it. I don't have the need. So like I've maybe once or twice like to play around with it, but not. It's probably more for the creatives.
Yeah.
Probably start using it more for the podcast at some point.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've had a play because there's always a need, like even before we're talking about the importance of having like a really good website. Like it has to look slick and just, I guess, the visual impact of that, right? So I'm always trying to generate images, I guess, for, blog posts or use it to post on like LinkedIn or social media or whatever. And by and large, I've been let down. I'm like, it sort of does the job, and I know some people out there are really nailing it. And again, they're probably creatives that really invest time and energy into this space and are invested in getting a great output. But yeah, I mean, everything that I'm seeing about Nano Banana suggests that it might have, like that whole tech might have turned a corner. For the reasons that you mentioned.
Yeah, for sure.
The quality of output that I've seen has been very good, very high.
Hey?
Yeah. I think ChatGPT was really smart to come up with that approach of the cartoonization of images and sort of created a new style, right? Like almost like a comic book style.
Yeah.
Which was a really smart way of getting around that problem of realism, because everyone's just playing with cartoons now, right? Where it doesn't have to be like Simpsons style, having 4 fingers or whatever. You're just like, oh, this is a cartoon. It just matters less, right? But yeah, in terms of what I've seen for Nano Banana, people playing with it and like the continuity of like characters and as you mentioned, like being able to change a specific item in an image, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm keen to sort of play a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at their website, and it says maintain your look as you edit.
Yeah.
Bring your vision to life with advanced editing, and you can change the background of something, you can change the foreground, and it maintains the same style. Like here, I wish I could show you guys, but Google...
Still got to figure that part out.
Google have got an example of what was an empty room that was painted white, and they changed the colors of the wall, added a rug, added a like a bookshelf, and added a couch, and it all maintained the same theme. Like the room looked exactly the same. It's just these photos were added in. So I reckon that like the integration of these into different like software that's already out there doing stuff like this. Like for example, real estate in Australia, like realestate.com, you can like style your home. Like this is going to make things look indistinguishable. Like who's going to need a property photographer moving forward? Like just take an old photo, update it. I know it's probably not legit, but like,
no, exciting. Cool. Yeah. As I said, I feel like maybe that tech has turned a corner now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you might see like actual mass uptake of that.
Well, I think this is the catch though, is because there's such a hype about ChatGPT and like them capturing so much of the market.
Yeah.
Only people who are genuinely interested in this stuff would sort of venture out of that ecosystem into exploring other...
Like a Gemini.
Yeah, like a Gemini, yeah. Because you, at the moment, really, you have to go into Google AI Studio to actually use it. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not ideal. Yeah, that's not ideal. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I think we've had some good conversations on this before, Elon Musk.
Yes. Yes. What about him?
Why'd you answer like that? Just already tentative and getting scared. So he he has registered a company called MacroHard, obviously as a alternative to Microsoft. Apparently it's another AI company, but with a focus on hardware.
Yeah.
So he wants to come in as MacroHard, apart from XAI and other companies, and build out hardware that I guess leverages AI, which is a bit of a gap in the market at this point in time. That's my understanding anyway. Any thoughts on Musk, mate?
Well, yeah, he's to be honest, like you gotta be. He's a bit of a genius, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think that, like, for him to come up with all
Macro
of these, no, not macro hard, but I think to come up with these ideas, or like to work in so many different spaces and have so many different successful companies, like there's obviously thought that goes behind why he's investing in certain spaces. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of this venture. It could be a flop. It could be. I think my understanding of it was he thinks that. So Microsoft is a software company.
Yep.
But he thinks that everything that Microsoft does can be done by agents. So all the programs, all the platforms. So from my understanding, MacroHard will be the operating system.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It'll be like everything that you can do in Windows, you'll be able to do with an agent.
Integrated into hardware? I feel like hardware was a pretty big part of it as well. Yeah.
Well, I've only read a bit, but that was my general understanding.
The reason I think he's confident in that space as well, sort of to your point, is that Tesla, right?
Yeah.
They're building cars. SpaceX is building rockets. I guess in his mind, he's like, how hard can it be to build a computer?
Yeah. Well, he's got XAI.
Yeah.
He's got Twitter. He's got the satellites across. Literally, it's like, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, that is.
Everything that he's been creating, it's like around humans.
And also Grok. So Grok's data center is the biggest in the world.
And it's owned by XAI.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's just the ability for him to do what he can do comes from the just sheer fact of he has the funding behind him. Where he can wake up and just be like, I'm going to do this now.
Well, now he has the funding behind him as well. But he's built what he's built over such
to get here. Yeah, for sure. Starting with PayPal and stuff.
Tesla was like what, Tesla was started how many years ago? It was like over a decade or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a overarching strategy?
Who knows? Who knows? Well, I don't know. Like, you put all these things together, and what you've got a social media platform, so a way of communication. You've got a satellite network.
Mm-hmm.
That's also communication and access, and then you've got an AI platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's like sort of what the neural network, and you've got Neuralink as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I did actually see, like, what are all these, when you start putting all of these things together, it's like blending connectivity, like it.
Even transport.
Yeah, and transport and cars and like all of these things, but who knows what the end goal is? I did see an article that there was someone, I think they were in the US, they've got a Neuralink implant, and with Grok they were able to play Mario Kart with the kids. Literally, they're playing Mario Kart with these kids, which is bloody awesome, but completely paralyzed, can't speak, can't do anything, and was playing Mario Kart.
He is.
Yeah.
He was paralyzed pre-Neuralink installation.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, wow.
Yeah. So Neuralink with Grok is allowing him to play video games with his kids. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, who knows what the end goal is? Like there are putting all of these technologies together. Yeah.
There's no one else really doing that, right?
No, I don't think
Even
so. There could be.
I mean, there'd only be a handful of
Yeah.
like corporations that are even like it's a possibility for them. Apple being maybe one of them. But I think even with Apple playing in the AI space, you're seeing them drop the ball actively, right? Like, mate, do you ever use Siri?
To set alarms. That's it.
But if you had the ability to, I guess,
actually use it.
no, but I mean, like if you had like a ChatGPT or a Gemini or a Claude or whatever that you could talk to, and it
on the phone.
And it does that for you.
And it could like manage your apps and do all this stuff for you. Yeah, that unlocks so much. You should just talk to it. Just talk to your phone.
Yeah.
Do X, Y, Z. Great.
So I use Gemini app on my phone right now.
Yeah.
And I talk to it all the time. Like I was shaving my head this morning, and I'm talking to Gemini. Just
go on,
mate, whatever comes to mind.
What? You started this like what?
No, I'm serious. Like, should I grow this out? No, not about what I was doing, but no, I'm serious. Like, for example, I've been using it to schedule my week.
Okay.
So I will literally say to it, like even as I'm driving, right, I'll have it running. I will say to it exactly like what the sort of key priorities are for me, like that week, and ask it to prioritize based on importance, deadline, what I need to do when, all that sort of thing, and it will literally just spit out like a schedule for me.
Okay.
It's high level. I'm sure I could integrate it with something else, but man, it's just good to have that sort of like offload that, and have something else just do the thinking for me.
Yeah. So when you're having this conversation with Gemini, is it looking at your calendar? I'm assuming because you use Gmail.
Yeah.
So what,
Google Calendar and all the rest.
It's pulling in all your emails, it's pulling in all your calendar events, and then helping you prioritize.
Yeah, in calendar specifically, I'm not really worrying about like email as such, but yeah, just talking to it about like what because like for me to just offload and be like, I've got a lot happening, I need some help sort of scheduling, prioritizing. Here's what I've got going on. Here's the deadlines. What does my week look like as a result?
Yeah. And is it able to set calendar events in your calendar?
I don't know. Maybe. Have that integration.
That would be super handy.
Yeah.
Understanding what your calendar is, moving events around.
Yeah.
Locking time out. Like
blocking time out would be awesome, actually.
Like deep time type thing.
Because what I tend to do is just come back and refer to it, and I'll be like, oh, this has changed. Because I'll have my daily schedule written out anyway, pretty much. But it's really just about how do I get these big pieces covered off in the time that I've got, and what can get dropped, what can I forget about, what's the pressing priority for right now or tomorrow or whatever, and have that conversation. While I'm shaving my head.
So I think we sort of skimmed over it, but we'll go back there. How's your week been? What's been on for the week?
Yeah, plenty happening. Yeah, it's really just, as I said, the automation space is taking off for me. So it's really about scheduling time for research, and I think as well, what I'm finding is time to think is really critical. To think through this stuff, be strategic, because it's easy to go down a rabbit hole, and I find there are times where, let's say I'm building something out, an enhancement for a tool that I'm building. I think you'll find you find it as well. Like you can get really sucked in, and if you're having a conversation with a language model, it's almost like having a conversation with a colleague, and you're acting on its guidance. You're going away. You're problem solving. You're coming back, saying, I've done this. I've hit this blocker, or I've completed this. What now? What's the next step? That can really be a time suck. Not in a bad way necessarily, but yeah, you can really run away with it, which again, that's just incredible. Like you're talking to your computer basically, or your phone or whatever, right?
So when like the work that you're doing, and I guess how is it work? Is it like creating documents on your computer, or do you have to go away and implement something in a different system for it to work?
Good question. So different clients have different systems. So sometimes I'm building on their system or operating on their infrastructure even, or like via network, like having a login to their network and things like that. So there can be a lot of double handling. So yeah, I mean, there are times where I'm just on my laptop diving in, getting through a lot of work, but using the language model really to guide that work. But yeah, Gemini CLI is a big favorite of mine, as you know. Using Cursor a lot at the moment as well, a lot more than I have been lately. So yeah,
files on your computer type thing?
Yeah, and also make updates, vibe code, whatever, and literally interrogate code as well. What's the best way to do certain things? The only thing I was going to say is having time away from that is proving really critical as well for me. So having time to sort of think through a problem, myself, and just think strategically, is this the best approach? Do we need to go all out on this one, or can I deliver it in phases? And again, product development, phase 1, MVP, build from there. So yeah, having that clear, empty headspace is really critical as well.
In any, like it's with any work.
For sure.
With any work, even if you weren't using LLMs, you're getting slammed at work, like week in, week out.
For sure.
You do need, like sometimes the best epiphanies happen when you just got a bit of time away.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for anything, like how to work through, I don't know, like a problem at work or even just generally.
I mean, for me, I would like to sort of bring this ecosystem together a little bit more tightly. That would be, so not bouncing around from, I'm using Gemini in my browser. I'm using Gemini CLI. I'm using Cursor. I'm using ChatGPT in browser. I've got my phone going. Like there's a lot happening. I think centralizing that a bit better than what I am would be useful. But I think there are ways, but I also like even having ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, whatever open at the one time. It's really about, I'll put the same thing into each language model and see which response I like better, or makes more sense, or is more robust, or whatever. Like if it's research, who's done which model has done the best research, that sort of thing.
So do you want to go into just how I set my build?
And also I want to explore without a demo, unfortunately, but how you're using Claude Code a little bit. You mentioned before that you're getting very excited about Claude Code.
Well, I've been a fan of Claude Code. I think I downloaded it and used it when it first came out.
Mhm.
Like I was like, oh, cool, new tool,
Right.
see sort of what it does. But because it was a command line interface, I'm like, maybe it's a bit too technical for me. And then I didn't use it for maybe a couple of months, and then I sort of picked it back up again. I think after they've developed a few like key features in it, but yeah, what I was going to say to you before was at home on my computer, I've got these like 32-inch. I've got 3 like 32-inch monitors, so I can just see all the stuff.
Everything, yeah.
On one of them, I've got 12 Claude Code terminals. I've got 12 terminals on one page, on one screen, just spun up, all different instances, and
That's
all
crazy.
running multiple agents. Like, they're all just working for me, doing different things. And whenever I need to deliver on something, I potentially just flick through which one's working on which problem.
Right.
And the way that I've also set up is text to speech. They talk to me, so whenever they complete a task, they like, hey Kristian, we've completed X, Y, Z. Do you want us to do blah? And then I just talk back to it, and I say, yep, this is what we need to do. And when you say unifying like that, that thing, I think the difference with how I've set this up is I've actually given it sort of MCP access to a number of different services that I use. So, and it also has the ability to use different sort of research services as well, like Perplexity, like XR, and also when it's sort of doing crunching code or crunching numbers, there is a platform called E2B where it spins up virtual environments to actually crunch code or like crunch numbers. So it's got all of these tools that are available to it. And then it figures out which ones to use.
How are you finding these tools? Is there like a platform?
Research.
Yeah, okay.
And then like you need to find them.
They need
set up an
Anthropic
account.
needs to have like a store or something, like an app store, right?
They've got some type of like standard connector, but I don't use their online connectors. I use local MCP services.
Yeah.
So, and which I prefer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And you just got it pumping.
Yeah. It's just operating like a bit of a team. Honestly.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Because like for example, like let's say if we get a query through Employment Compass website, I just tell the agent, hey, can you just go and check the query that came through? And then it goes and finds the email, and then it's
like another one.
And then it spins up a sub-agent, which is called Client Research, which has access to Perplexity, Web Search, and a number of other tools. So it can then go and use Perplexity, go find the company ABN, go find who runs the company, go find what industry they're in, go find everything about them, so that the first outreach that happens after that is extremely tailored to them. So what happens is my agent goes and finds this information, creates a profile on my computer, it goes and creates the file for them on my computer, and then it drafts the email in my work Outlook emails to send
and leveraging the information that it's found.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and it's all within that context window, so it knows exactly what's happening. And then if I get a response,
but what kind of information is it pulling through? Is it like great annual results this year?
No, it's like where do they operate?
Right.
What their ABN is. Like for example, one of the clients that recently signed up, it found that it found some questionable information about the business.
Right. Interesting.
Which I would not have found myself.
Yeah.
So it sort of set me up on how to potentially manage that client relationship as well. So like things like that.
You knew you had a sense of what you were getting yourself into.
Exactly. So, and this is information that would take someone days to find.
Yeah.
It's really beneficial. And also then when I'm sort of going through a bit of the sales process as well, like I understand the business a lot better. I can have really good conversations with them. Yeah.
They're like, oh, this dude knows.
Yeah, this
us.
is us.
Yeah.
Where we operate, how we operate, our values, everything. Like,
good stuff, mate. Good stuff.
How many people? I already sort of have a rough idea of how many people are in the business before they even tell me. So I don't sort of know how to approach the conversation. Yeah.
Good one, mate.
Yeah. And as an example, I just had a bank reach out to us.
A bank?
Yeah, for support in that space.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be it's going to be interesting to see.
How it develops.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So that's about an hour. Can you believe that?
Yeah, wow. Just yapping away.
I know. No demos.
No demos.
No demos. No screen sharing.
No screen sharing. No nothing. At least it's a step up from last week.
Just me and you going hard.
Yeah. But no, we promise that we're going to bring some practical demos, and also we're going to bring some guests on as well. So
we've actually got some guests locked in for next week. At least one.
Yeah, amazing.
Maybe two. And then, as you mentioned before, even for me, people have been reaching out saying, can I be on? So we've got a whole list of people who we're looking to get on in due course, and we've got a whole other list of people who have reached out on the back of first episode, which is really exciting.
And also, as well, as we sort of release more episodes, hopefully you'll see that the quality of footage and audio is a lot better than last week. And who knows, our props and our backgrounds and our space
location
as well might naturally improve over time as well. So a bit of a call out. If you're interested in building businesses, technology, running a business, how you're using technology in your business as well, we'd love to have a chat with you.
Reach out.
Yeah. But until then, we'll bring you some demos, and thanks for listening to the debrief.
Thanks for listening. See you next week.